What's next? He joins us every single Wednesday at this time. And even though the vibes are sky high right now with the Sixers and the Flyers.
His Sixers, by the
hell,
way.
yes, his Sixers. Hell, the Owls and the Union as well. And look, the Eagles as a team, vibes are sky high after their most dominant win of the season this past Sunday. But unfortunately, every day it's a soap opera in the NFL. Adam Schefter joins us. Shefty, good morning. How are we doing today?
Well, before we get to the Eagles, I got to say something. I watched that Sixers game last night. They were down 19. They were down 19. They were down, was it like 13 in the fourth quarter? They forced OT, and my guys, Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe got it done. My guys got it done. And I was going to say that this team is rolling along right now. Those two guys have been unbelievable. The whole team's been great to watch. And they're going back to the playoffs this year. They're ready to make some noise.
Adam,
damn right,
Adam,
man.
if we put together work with your calendar, you coming down to a Sixers game with us, we get the Sixers, get us set up, get down there, you come watch a game with us?
You know what? I wondered this. I think I might have to be in Philadelphia on Saturday, November 8th for a diabetes walk.
Well, then,
so
see, we'll...
I looked, and they played the Toronto Raptors that night. Now the issue is, like, I got Sunday Countdown the next day. And I don't really like to go to games the night before Sunday Countdown. There's just a lot.
Here's
of
what you do, Shefty. We get you into the building, and you meet your two stars on your fantasy basketball team in Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, and then you get back to the hotel.
And then you get back to and get moving. How about that?
Look. Listen. You know what? That's not a bad idea, actually. Like, maybe I stick around, go to like the warm-ups and everything.
Yeah, shoot around,
and then I leave.
Okay, we're gonna work on this offline.
Yeah, we'll make this happen. You do enough for us. We should try to help you out every once in a while.
Listen, we got to call Dave Schaller. We call Bob Myers. Bob Myers, my former colleague.
That's right. Yeah, you got the in from the ESPN days
Absolutely.
as well. So Shefty, we would love to just be celebrating Maxey and Edgecombe and the Sixers 4-0 start, and hell, we'd like to be celebrating the Eagles' best win of the season going into the bye week. But there's been a lot of drama still with A.J. Brown. Would love to hear from you the latest that you have heard on A.J. Brown. Now, I know that there is a trade deadline coming up on November 4th, but I also know that A.J. Brown is under contract for more than just this season. What are some of the latest things you have heard about A.J. Brown and the situation here in Philadelphia?
Well, here's the deal. Let's, for argument's sake, let's just say if they traded A.J. Brown, I'm asking you guys a random hypothetical question. They traded A.J. Brown in the next week. What do you think they would get back in return for him?
Draft picks. Maybe a second and a conditional third.
Okay, fine. So if that is the price that you just made up, a second and a conditional third, and I don't know what it would be, why would you trade A.J. Brown now for a second and a conditional third when you could get the second and the conditional third in February or March?
Or more than that when you get more teams at the table, during an offseason as they rework their rosters. We are absolutely anti doing anything that involves trading A.J. Brown. I do not expect them to trade A.J. Brown by the trade deadline. I just don't think it's going to happen. Now, again, will that topic and situation be revisited during the offseason? Of course. But this is a team that is in the market of acquiring elite players, not trading elite players. This is a team that is trying to repeat and has designs on an extended postseason run, not leaving early. This is a team that wants all the talent it could have. A.J. Brown's incredible. And so I just don't see him being traded by the deadline. Now, again, it's the NFL. So that's the caveat that you put out there. Anything always can happen. Who knows? But some team would have to step up with some kind of gargantuan offer. That's just not happening. It's not going to happen. When you used the words the other day that a blockbuster deal could potentially get the Eagles interested, that if their blockbuster came across it, were you speaking philosophically? Well, go on.
I
I didn't say that. I didn't say the block.
It would take a
something-
blockbuster proposal.
Offer.
I thought it was. Yes. So I'm saying to you is, but did you were you just surmising that, knowing Howie's history, or was it off of something that potentially you may have been hearing?
I think the best way to say it is that in this league, not everybody is for sale, but everybody has a price. Okay? And that's what I'm talking about. It's common sense. That is the situation with everybody. That is not a discussion that I've had. That is not some of the things I've heard around this are absolutely, completely preposterous and absurd. But I'm just saying with anybody, everybody's for sale. He's not for sale, but everybody has a price. Okay, yeah, you want A.J. Brown? What are you going to offer? That's not to try to drive up the offer. I'm telling you, he's not going to get traded. I'm telling you it's not going to happen, right? But what if some team steps out there and offers some gargantuan package that I just don't ever envision happening?
Right.
Well, maybe they listen, but it's still not happening.
So, Schefter, we don't think it's happening in the next 5 days, right? Like, we do not think November 4th, the NFL trade deadline, A.J. Brown is going to be on a different roster. There's the dead cap money that you have to talk about. There's why would you do it when you're 6-2? There's a lot of reasons why we don't believe here on the show that he is going to be traded. But there's more and more smoke about potentially during the offseason. And that being because maybe what A.J. Brown wants. Do you believe that A.J. Brown is happy being on the Philadelphia Eagles?
It hasn't seemed that way. I mean, it certainly seems like he's had various issues at various points, right? So, again, that's why I say, no, I don't think he's getting traded before the deadline, but what could happen after that in the offseason, I think the topic is revisited all the way around. And what are the offers then? And does he want to be traded? And is that verbalized? And what are the discussions? But right now there's business at hand, and the business is trying to repeat. So, again, that's a topic for the offseason, but I don't see him being traded by Tuesday.
Are you hearing reasons why he's not happy? Have you heard any that you find sane or compelling that you could share?
I don't know. I cannot answer that with great clarity because I do not know the answer to that.
Adam Schefter joining us here on the Comcast Business Hotline. Now, Schefter, it's not just about A.J. Brown and the trade deadline in terms of a player that could be moved, even though I think we all agree he's not going to. How active of a trade deadline do you think it will be across the NFL? Because when you look at it, there's not many teams that are, like, out right now. You know, the Saints are out. The Jets are out. You can't even say a team like the Baltimore Ravens are out in that division. So when you look around the landscape of the NFL, do you think it's going to be as active as it has been in years past?
Well, again, in 2 of the last 3 years, there have been 18 trades in the month of October leading up to the trade deadline. The last 3 years, the counts in the month of October leading up to the deadline were 18, 14, and 18. Right now, we're at 7. The 2 yesterday that the New England Patriots made. We're at 7 trades that have been made. Cam Robinson was traded at the start of the month. Joe Flacco, Odafe Owe from Baltimore to the Chargers for safety. There were the cornerback exchanges from Jacksonville and Cleveland. There were the 2 Patriot trades yesterday. That brings us to 7. 7. I would say between now and the end of Tuesday, my guess is we'll get a half dozen more. Just a guess. Six more. I might be a little high. I might be a little low. I'm giving you my over-under of what I would guess. We'll see. Maybe it's 4 or 5. But by the time we're done, we should be at 12 trades this year, which would be down from other years. But I'm still expecting some activity. But again, the activity is such... Like, okay, there was activity yesterday. We saw Keon White traded. We saw Kyle Duggar traded. With all due respect, are you all fired up about those big trades?
Right.
Like, that's what you're talking about. guys in the bottom of the roster and pick flops, are we going to get any big trades? That's the question. And my guess is no. I mean, Rashid Shaheed, would you consider that big? Jalen Phillips. Now that's about as big as I think we'll get. Jalen Phillips. And I would guess that Miami's going to trade at least one of its edge rushers. So I could see Jalen Phillips being traded.
Are you a believer that within NovaCare there are some that may be tiring of dealing with this story with A.J. Brown?
Boy, you guys are really stuck up on A.J. Brown here, hung up on this.
Well,
Absolutely.
He's kind of made it. So
he makes
if we're
it.
being honest,
I mean, it's if he's making himself the story over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, are they tired of it? I'm sure nobody enjoys dealing with it on a week-to-week basis. It's more drama than it should be. But A.J. Brown, number one, is a tremendous player. He's a great guy. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, he's very impressive. So it's surprising that there would be all this drama around somebody as impressive on and off the field as he is. But that's what it is. So, yeah, do I think people are weary of it? Like everybody is. I'm weary of answering the questions. But that's what comes along with it sometimes with great wide receivers. And you try to make the best of it right now, and then you revisit in the offseason when everybody can sit down and figure out what they all want to do.
Shefty, listen, man, we know you're always busy, but, of course, this next week with the trade deadline looming on November 4th, we know that the phone will be buzzing. So thanks as always, man. We appreciate the time,
Adam.
and we'll talk to you next week reacting to the NFL trade deadline.
And the 76ers. Let's keep going. Let's keep
we
going,
will.
man.
We'll
Damn
keep
right,
it going.
man. Damn
Take care,
right.
buddy.
Congratulations to your fantasy football team. There's Adam Schefter on the basketball on the Comcast Biz Hotline. Now, look.
Hey guys, Andrew Salciunas, host of Kincade and Salciunas. Just want to thank you for checking out all of our great videos that we have on our YouTube channel every single day. Make sure, if you can, please like and subscribe and check out all the videos that we have on our YouTube channel, whether it's for us, Kincade and Salciunas, of course, our midday show, as well as Unfiltered with Bill and Ricky.